The project as a whole took a long time to develop, actually. If I was to think of an archaeology of the project, I was thinking of doing a chapter on friendship when I was working on my long-term project called Support Structures with Gavin Wade. I wanted to tackle friendship as a form of personal or emotional support, something that would acknowledge the sets of personal relationships that are behind you or me, as the case may be, that allow you to do what you do. I think friendship is a form of a support structure, and support structures are generally perceived to be very positive things. But of course it depends what you are supporting. On a very simple level, there are very elaborate systems to support, for example, political regimes or financial elites, which are perhaps not within what we would want to support within culture. So part of the project has to do with foregrounding those support structures in order to criticize them, in order to be able to take a position, actually, in relationship to them. And friendship enters into that, for me, as a form of support structure which is often hidden. So friendship, I don't think, is an innocent relationship at all. Of course, it has many positive aspects. It can do, it's very important to all of us, but it was more about putting that into question. There are 6 works in the exhibition that are all things that can appear object-like, but all come from a domestic vocabulary of furniture. So they are all things that are extremely familiar in one way to everyday life. Structures that articulate my relationship between me, my relationship to someone. There is a piece that is a sort of concrete carpet-like structure. It's called Spatial Composition 11. This was made very much thinking about John Tilbury, who is a piano player, for him to use as a piano stool when he's playing a concert, which he did in the previous iteration of this show. So it is a sculpture, but it's also a very functional object. The names of the pieces include the names of the people they are dedicated to. So the double and the half, for example, is called the double and the half, in parentheses, to Avery Gordon. In the same way that if you buy a book and give it to someone, you would dedicate it. They're very specific to the relationship, but they are also very specific to the situation in which this relationship is taking place.